All right. So, like I said, February is Heart Health Awareness Month. So, we're here to talk about heart health tonight and specifically how peptides can really impact heart health. So, let's go closer. So, we're going to tell a little bit of Manny's story and his heart journey in the hopes that it helps other people. Now, I am not a doctor. He is not a doctor. We are not medical professionals. We are just, again, sharing real life experience and how peptides have helped in this specific journey. So, a little bit of background. Um, Manny has been an athlete his whole life. He says he has. He's been an athlete his whole life. Okay. So, baseball player, played baseball in high school, played baseball in college, all the way up to professionals. So, he's been very active. He's a very active, athletic guy. And we met, right? He's a workout guy, always going to the gym, healthy lifestyle, eating healthy, CrossFit. And then we got married. And you know how sometimes, like, you get married and then
You give up. I mean, you stop working out.
you can like go backwards in your fitness journey a little bit, right? So, when Manny was 40, had a heart attack. So fit guy, baseball player, athlete, all of a sudden, it fit his whole life, right? And then all of a sudden at 40 has a heart attack. And it was a whole situation. I mean, it was scary. It was a very scary time and kind of like an awakening, right?
Right.
That you tried to like,
So you want me to say my story now?
yeah, you tried to like start working out again.
So got married at 39.
Yeah.
That whole first year, like Beth was saying, I kind of let myself go a little bit or a lot of bit.
It wasn't even a year yet.
Right. So about 9 months.
Yeah.
And I had gained probably about 30 pounds in that one year around there. And then I had a heart attack. And I knew from even when I was in very good shape, I had high triglycerides, which was hereditary. Um, and then my triglycerides were up to 950, which normal is under 150. And that's one of the reasons why I had the heart attack. And then started getting back into the gym, back into shape, lost all the weight by just um, actually by not eating carbs, because that's what one of the main reasons the doctor said that it happened, that why my triglycerides went up so high. And then I was doing great. And then the cardiologist kept telling me, well, we don't want you working out. We don't, you know, it's not good for you. So I also found out at that time I have a condition called HOCM, which is hypertrophic obstructive cardiomyopathy, which is the septum of one of the walls in the heart is thicker than normal. So it's hard for the blood to flow in and out, which causes blockages and stuff in the heart. So after having lost a lot of weight, and then I went to my primary care physician doctor, and he basically, I guess, noticed that I've been going to this guy for a long time, and he noticed I was kind of off, and he said to me, what's wrong? And I'm like, well, I went to my cardiologist, and he told me he didn't want me working out or doing heavy weights or anything like that. And he basically said, well, do you want to die feeling good and looking good, or do you want to die looking bad and feeling bad? I'm like, well, the first. He's like, you're all right. Just work out, do whatever you can. So when he told me that, I just kept working out, and I kind of stopped going to the cardiologist for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And then it was last year, when we were at my son's birthday party. We had taken him to the
Great Wolf Lodge.
Great Wolf Lodge, where they have the slides and things like that. And just walking up the stairs,
Yeah, it was bad.
I couldn't go up 3 steps without losing my breath, getting dizzy, had to hold on to the railings. It was a little scary.
Yeah.
Before that, I had also been feeling like my heartbeat just racing, just sitting down watching TV. My heart would my watch would go off and, my heart is about 130 beats per minute just from doing nothing. Then I started realizing and getting more and more symptoms. I couldn't do like a brisk walk. Let's say if it was raining and I was going from the car to wherever I was going, same thing would happen. I would lose my breath. I
Couldn't play baseball with the
couldn't
boys,
see it.
couldn't play catch.
Couldn't pick up balls. I mean, it was
Okay.
starting getting bad. So went back to the cardiologist, and he put me on some medication to control the symptoms, which made me gain a lot of weight because it slows down the heartbeat. So it was harder to lose weight again. Again, he told me we need to stop working out because I want to figure this out before you start again. And then he put me on or prescribed a new medicine that had just come into the market a few years back. But that took a while because of insurance issues and, wouldn't want to cover it. So finally they did. And the medication seems to be working with the symptom, with the blockage in the heart. But the symptoms were still there. So then he prescribed the
GLP-1.
the GLP-1.
Semaglutide.
Yep.
And I was like, no, I think that's scary. Not a good idea. Were you scared?
No, I take whatever the doctor tells me to take. I don't.
He also has a background in pharmaceutical sales.
Yeah.
So he's very into like pharmaceuticals, and I'm a little bit more cautious, and like just because the doctor says so, I don't always believe it to be like what you should actually. I question everything, and he's like, the doctor said so, just do it. So we started doing more research, really more for me.
Well, she started doing the research. I did not.
So I found a lot of great research, which I'm going to share with you because I was scared. I heard a lot of horror stories about GLP-1s and all of the things that can happen when you take them, and how it's kind of like cheating weight loss. I thought it was like cheating, like it was the easy way out for weight loss. And I was actually scared it could do more damage to the heart. So I started researching, and I found the opposite, actually. There's a lot of great studies out there, but the NIH, actually, there's a great article from the University of Nebraska Medical Center. Is it Medical Center? I don't want to say it wrong. Hold on. Nebraska Medicine. There's a great article from Nebraska Medicine, and then a great podcast I listened to from a cardiologist named Matt Seeger. And all of these things reinforce the same benefits for cardiovascular health that comes from GLP-1. So decreased risk of heart attack and stroke is a huge one. Decreased blood pressure, improved lipid profiles, decreased inflammation around the heart, the stabilization of plaque buildup, reduced left ventricular mass. So actually like could reduce the size of the heart, which in his case is great.
What I have.
Right. Because his heart gets thick. And so all of these things, I was like, oh, okay, maybe I was wrong. This is actually like a really good idea. And so not to mention, of course, the weight loss, right? So there's weight loss benefits. It can also help balance your blood sugar and just reduce inflammation across like all systems of your body. So reduce systemic inflammation overall. So he was already in, and then I was in, but the insurance wasn't in.
Right. I mean, and one of the reason he prescribed it was, again, because of the reduction of inflammation around the heart. It wasn't even the dose for losing weight. It was just a microdose, which he prescribed. But as a side effect, I had lost
20 pounds.
19 pounds.
Yeah.
It's been 4.5 months that I started. And the benefit, I mean, again, aside from losing all the weight, my knees don't hurt anymore. I mean, one of them still does, but not as much as before. My feet, I had plantar fasciitis, which had gotten worse and worse with the weight gain. And when you're in pain, you kind of learn to live with it, and it becomes normal. And it wasn't until one day, just out of the blue, I'm like, hey, my feet don't hurt. Like I just noticed.
I remember you saying
my feet don't hurt anymore.
He was literally like, do you know how good it feels to walk and your feet don't?
Yeah. I mean, I just I had gotten used to it, and it was a big shock when I'm like noticed in the middle of the day. I'm like, I woke up this morning, my feet didn't hurt.
Yeah.
I didn't have to like limp all the way, to the kitchen, and it again just
Just feeling young again.
yeah, yeah. No, I've been able to play with the boys, go to the practices. I walk back and forth, and they're in two different fields all the time.
Throwing batting practice before the game.
Yeah, doing all the things with them again, and just definitely feel a lot better. Blood work hasn't come back yet. I have to do it again.
Yeah, I'm sure for that.
So waiting on that. I mean, my echoes have been really good recently. Again, I have another one on next week. But if it's as good as I'm feeling, it should be perfect.
Praise God. Praise God, because it was scary and bad for a while there. And we need him to be around for a long time. And we need him to feel like himself and be active. And our boys are young and active. And we also want to stay out of nursing homes and like long-term, longevity stuff too. So yeah, when the insurance didn't cover it, we started looking for a place where we could get it. And that's how we came to LEMD and this platform. We were looking for a place that had quality peptides, that had doctor approval, that was also kind of all inclusive for the cost. And so there wasn't like all these added fees and things like that. And we love that LEMD also has the doctor portal. Manny's cardiologist is really great and actually is following this journey. So even though he's getting the GLPs from here, his cardiologist still follows and helps with the dosing and all of that. But we know it's no research grade. We're not mixing powder in ourselves, like trying to get all that. And it comes from a 503A pharmacy, which has to follow all of the FDA guidelines for purity and sterilization and ingredients and all of that stuff. So we felt really confident that it was a good place to get quality peptides. And in Miami, there's lots of places we can get like backdoor kind of stuff. So this was a great option. It also does accept like FSA and HSA payments, so that's a bonus too. And it's really easy. You do the intake form and it ships to your door. So those were the things that we were really looking for. And it's been a really great experience for us. The other thing that I found in research, which kind of blew my mind, is that they are saying, I think it was Dr. Matt Seeger, the cardiologist, that said this, that GLP-1s will become protocol for people with heart attacks, like heart attack patients. It will become protocol after a heart attack because of the incredible cardiovascular benefits. So I thought that was incredible. And also, since Manny's had a heart attack, it just kind of like sealed the deal. Well, yeah. Anything else you want to say?
No, I mean, again, just grateful that my doctor was able to recommend this. I didn't bring it up. I had just told him, I did mention I'm gaining a lot of weight because of the medication. And then he said, that he had been thinking about it again because of the research and the benefits to prescribe it. So just thankful that he did, and it's making me feel great.
Yes, amazing. So thanks guys for listening in. I hope this was helpful. The cardiovascular benefits, you can search YouTube LEMD Dr. Matt Seeger. He has an incredible podcast. Again, it was Nebraska Medicine, UNMC, that has a great article on GLP-1s for heart health. And NIH has some great research articles too that we found. But if you want any of those specific links from me, feel free to text me or email me or reach out to whoever invited you to this call. They can provide more information also. Thanks for joining, guys. Have a great night.
Bye.